If you're going to invent a pee-pee hoax and appoint a special counsel to investigate a government-sanctioned hoax by the FBI, which sanctioned this and investigated it, and then you're going to use it to question the election a year after the president's been in office, May of 2017, and still questioning that, that's okay if you're a Democrat. But daring to question unconstitutional law changes in Pennsylvania and elsewhere, no question they were unconstitutional. No, that'll get you banned everywhere. Ban me. There is absolutely no time and place for normalizing political violence. We know that. I've said it 1,000 times. Why are you repeating yourself, Dan? Because there are some out there who don't get this. You have even people now who have traditionally aligned with conservative and Republican values saying, oh, you know what? This whataboutism where we cite Democrat and media examples of the media sanctioning violence during the Antifa BLM burning down of American cities, that's whataboutism and has no place here. You know, I read the Wall Street Journal. I appreciate their perspective. I always like it. I don't only read outlets that agree with me, but this is one of the most absurd pieces I've ever heard in the Wall Street Journal in my life. Wall Street Journal. Was it Jerry Baker who wrote this? He's suggesting that any discussion we have now of bringing up a leftist and media condemnation, Gerald Baker, or the lack of media condemnation against the Antifa BLM riots, and Democrats calling for violence against Trump. That's whataboutism. We need that for another time. No, we need that now. Here's the piece. No excuses for Trump and the Capitol riot. Okay. Who's making them? That sounds to me like a deceptive headline. Here's the subhead. Yes, the left does bad things too. Conservatives are supposed to believe in objective moral truth. Isn't that what? I'm confused by this piece. He then goes on in the piece to criticize, Joe, he goes on in the piece, right, to criticize what he calls whataboutism. What we are talking, do you understand how those two things can't possibly align? When you say, well, what about the media calling riots that were burning American cities down, getting police officers killed and injured and shot at, and businesses burned down by the thousands across America, when you call out the liberal media for calling those peaceful protests, that is a search for objective truth. Gerald or Gerard? What are you talking about? We're asking for a common set of principles moving forward as a country. Is normalizing political violence okay or not? Sane people all across the aisle saying, no, it's not. Therefore, asking why it was seemingly okay by the cancel culture elites and everyone else when it happened, and the liberal media sanctioned political violence, and in some cases condoned it, we are asking for an objective truth. We're saying, why wasn't that okay? And I won't stop talking about it. You want to call it whataboutism? You're damn right it is. It's what about principles that anchor us all and moor us in some sense of truth, so we're not all wandering at sea, wondering what rules apply to one person and what rules apply to the other. That's not fidelity to a constitutional republic. That's a third world republic. Rules for thee, but not for me. Condemn what happened in the Capitol. You're darn right. But don't condemn what happened with Antifa and BLM. You're darn wrong. That's a third world republic where the rules only apply to one. Conservatives have an objective moral truth. What a ridiculous piece. Here's what I'm talking about. And we will continue to talk about this, despite what Gerard Baker has to say. You want to see the media's role in this? I'm not going to play any more montages. You've heard them a million times. If you see anybody, you get up in their face. Maxine Waters. Was it Rashida Tlaib? We're going to impeach the MFer. AOC. Yeah, peace, sometimes protests, not so bad. Basically implying in one of her tweets. Let's go to GQ first. Again, where's Gerard on this? You want objective truth? Was this objective truth? Searching for a mooring going forward so we're not all out at sea wondering what rules apply to who? GQ. Why Violent Protests Work by Laura Bassett. By the way, I got to give a hat tip to someone. I forget who I found this on social media. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to steal your work. I'm drinking from a fire hose. I don't know if it was Greg at the Daily Caller or Logan, but there was GQ. Here's Time Magazine. When rioting is the answer. Gerard, I thought we were searching for objective truth. Is it objectively horrible to ask when rioting is the answer? Or to ask when violent protests work? What aboutism? You're darn right. What about principles? Common principles. In a country where we can be faithful to our flag and know that flag represents something. What does it represent if you have one set of rules for one and one for the other? Here's Vox with a V, not Fox. Vox. Riots are destructive, dangerous, and scary. Okay. But, there's a but? Wait, where's the button there? But can lead to serious social reforms. That's fascinating. I thought that I thought we were looking for objective truth.
Yeah.
Weird. No, I'm not done, Joe. Yeah. There's more. Chicago Tribune. This is fascinating. This piece ran in there. Chicago Tribune. Column. Steve Chapman, May 29, 2020. If riots aren't the answer, what is? I don't know, Steve. Maybe a fidelity to the cause, voting in a constitutional republic where we don't beat the living out of our neighbors. Maybe that. I'm just throwing that out there. What about the Democrats' role? I thought we weren't allowed to discuss elections. I thought that ladies and gentlemen, take your groupthink and send it somewhere. I'm not interested. We're not going to talk about election. We're not? No, you're not. I'll talk about whatever I want. Let's look at this Fox this time with an F piece, Fox News, which is in the show notes today. Again, Bongino.com/newsletter. Please subscribe, folks. I know I've got a lot of ass for you lately, but I need you right now. We have to be unified in this fight. Fox News, Joseph Wolfson. Twitter's, I'll throw strangely in there, strangely silent after Pelosi tweet declaring the 2016 election was, quote, hijacked, resurfaces. Wait. Gerard Baker is searching for an objective truth. I thought the objective truth is any discussion of election abnormalities is never to be tolerated or be banned immediately. Weird. Now look at the tweet. This is just strange from the 2016 election. Pelosi tweeted this on the eve of Bob Mueller's appointment as a special counsel to investigate the PP tape. That was fake, of course. Here's Pelosi's actual tweet. 12:44 p.m., May 16th, 2017. Our election was hijacked. I thought you're not allowed to say that. Our election was hijacked. There is no question. She's not even leaving it open for debate, Joe. Congress has a duty to protect our democracy and follow the facts. Still want to fall into that groupthink trap? There'll be no discussion of election integrity and free and fair elections. There won't? No, I meant, let me be clear. I meant no discussion amongst Republicans actually interested in free and fair elections.
There you go.
I mean,
yeah, thank you, Dan.
I know, Joe, you needed as the audience ombudsman, you were confused. I could see you.
I was worried.
I could see you scratching your head like that doesn't make sense. I don't get it. If you're going to invent a PP hoax and appoint a special counsel to investigate a government-sanctioned hoax by the FBI, which sanctioned this and investigated it, and then you're going to use it to question the election a year after the president's been in office, May of 2017, and still questioning that, that's okay if you're a Democrat. But daring to question unconstitutional law changes in Pennsylvania and elsewhere, no question they were unconstitutional. No, that'll get you banned everywhere. Ban me.
You just heard Dan Bongino.